What I have right here is the Hume Health Body Pod, and after a few weeks of using this body analyzer, I have to say this is definitely one of the most advanced pieces of tech I've ever tried out on this channel. Now for some context, I used to be around 220, and over the last year or so I've dropped down to about 185, and one of the biggest things that helped me throughout that was actively weighing in to make sure I'm on the right track. Now depending on your goals, most people are actively trying to increase muscle mass and lose body fat, so tracking just your weight almost means nothing if you can't actually track things like body fat, muscle mass, and your overall body composition. And for the time that I've been using this body analyzer, it's honestly been a complete game changer. Now when you step onto it, what it does is send a low-level signal through your body to measure your composition. Now what separates it from your average scale is the amount of data it captures alongside the AI-powered health insights. Now design-wise, this thing looks really clean. I have to give it to Hume Health. This looks like a premium device and it's not tacky like the other scales I've used in the past. I really like this glossy finish over the top. It's kind of like a mirror, and you guys already know I love the all black aesthetic. I also really like the fact that you don't even need batteries for this thing. It charges right through USB-C like any other device, and it does support Bluetooth, so it connects directly to your phone through the free Hume Health app. When it comes to using the device in the day-to-day, it's very simple. You just step on and you pull this little bar out and hold it from here, let it do its job and sync to the app, and within a couple of seconds you'll have all your information sent directly to your app. On the Hume app, once you actually start weighing in consistently, the AI insights will give you recommended times to weigh in, which give you the most optimal results. I personally like to weigh in right when I wake up, before I even eat anything or drink anything. A lot of people say this is the most optimal time to weigh in because it's before you do anything, and it gives you the most consistent data so you can actually see what you're working with. I've been pretty consistently using this scale, and it's given me data that I wouldn't otherwise see on a regular scale. Things like my muscle mass increasing, losing body fat, and even changes to my body fat percentage that I wouldn't have otherwise known about. Now when it comes to body composition tracking, beyond just weight, you get body fat percentage, muscle mass, visceral fat, bone density, and hydration levels, which give you a complete breakdown so you can see what you're working with. This is really important depending on your goals, whether you're trying to put on muscle mass or lose fat, or go on a lean bulk where you do both. The Body Pod gives you an entire composition graph, so you're able to see what you're working with, and you're not just left guessing what's going on. Now let me actually show you guys what my stats are looking like on here. So on the app, you get a really cool diagram which essentially shows you your muscle mass and body fat percentage across your body. My right arm has almost a pound more of muscle, which I'm 100% sure of. I can lift so much more with my right arm, but my left one is low-key lacking, I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, while I've been cutting, this has helped me out so much because I'm actually able to see what I'm working with, and seeing drops in things like my muscle mass makes me want to prioritize lifting and getting my protein in. So in a way, seeing all this data helps hold me accountable to make sure I'm not slacking off. You also get metrics like skeletal muscle mass, lean mass, skeletal mass, body water percentage, BMR, metabolic age, and so much more in-depth data to help you achieve whatever goals you have. You can also select whatever metric you want, and it'll give you a visual representation of your journey on a graph. For me, since I've been in a calorie deficit for like the last month and a half, you can actually see my weight changes fluctuate in this graph. Now, starting out, essentially my goal was to lean out as much as possible. I still have some way to go, so I'm just gonna continue training, stay in a deficit, and consistently track all of my metrics to make sure that I get there. I also really like the layout of the app. All the information is easy to follow along and is literally at the touch of your fingertips. Another really cool feature is the AI-powered insights you get on the app. Like I said before, the app gives you optimal weigh-in times depending on your sleep, regular weigh-ins, and body composition, and it also shows you trends in your data that you might have otherwise missed. When it comes to these smart scales, everyone, including me, is always worried about the accuracy. Surprisingly, the Hume Health Body Pod comes in within 3% accuracy of a DEXA scan, which is like the gold standard and most accurate in terms of body composition, but it's only available in hospitals and research clinics, and it's not as accessible as the Hume Body Pod, which you can keep right in your bathroom. Also, before I was using the Hume Body Pod, I did have a renpho scale that I picked up off of Amazon for around 50 bucks, but the data varies heavily on there, and due to the inaccuracy, I just completely stopped using it. Other scales like Omron, InBody, and Withings, while I haven't personally used them, I've just seen a ton of people on social media talking about the data being inaccurate. When you pair the Hume Body Pod with the Hume Health Band, you actually get complete insights into all of your health data, which I also made a video on earlier, so be sure to go and check that out. Overall, I think for accuracy, price, and convenience, the Hume Body Pod is a great addition if you're someone serious serious about your goals and want to track your entire body composition and overall health. And honestly, the biggest thing this body analyzer has done for me is help me take accountability. When you're able to set a goal and track your progress consistently to the highest accuracy, it gets rid of all the excuses and forces you to actually get things done. And that's what it's done for me, so I'm definitely going to continue to use it. And if you're thinking of picking one up, be sure to check out the link in my description. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.